Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Hold on.
What's going on, brother?
I'm trying to switch up my damn
Okay.
headset.
Latin Legion's on my phone.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They are. I always watch
Okay.
the replay because it just catches me. Some of the shows they're tougher, man. Like you guys picked an
Yeah.
excellent time. That's why I'm excited when you start up in August because it's going to be a great. Mondays is like some of the weekend and like Thursdays and when the
Yeah.
weekend is tough for me, man, because I'm doing shit with my wife.
Yeah. The only thing that hurts on Monday is like when the guys want to run and run and run and run till like 11, and I got to get up at like 4 in the morning the next day to go to work.
Well, try. Me personally, I try to make sure we stay to like and between an hour to 2 hours max. Even when there's other people hosting like the pick bar or something, it's okay. Let them run a little bit longer, but still
Right.
try to keep them at that level. Anders is in here thinking we're doing a show. What's up, man? you're a little early, brother. We're just doing some test stuff.
Oh
Let
man.
me see. I was gonna try and see if I can let's see here. Okay. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. All right, so what if you're in actually you probably what you should have did is you should have shared the link and let me join. Well, I'll
I
share
haven't signed
I'll
up for it yet.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, let me see if
I
I
want to get
can
like all the details before I like
okay, let me
start
see if
throwing that
I
money.
can let me see what happens when I do this. No, that just does that. Okay. Well, I'm going to give you the. All right. Let's see. So really, the rundown with this is real. He said, "I just wanted to crash the party." Uh, I saw it said it was a
Let's see
test.
this
That's
test. Hold
awesome,
on.
yeah, because it is a test. Um, so man, it's. I would say it's worth getting the paid subscription. Just worth it, man. It's
Yeah.
like because I think it's like $24, 24.99 or something a month or something.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It's like it's not bad.
it's cost of a fig, of getting
Yeah.
a figure or whatever. But it's worth it because you get so much more functionality. And the main things is so when you get it, when you jump in, you're gonna see at the bottom of your screen,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna see you're gonna see five different tabs. You'll have five tabs at the bottom of your screen as soon as you jump into a live stream, and that's gonna be a mute for you, a
Right.
camera start for you, a settings start, a present button, which is very important because the present button is the one that lets you, when you hit the present button, it lets you do slides, add an
Okay.
extra camera, add a video file, or share your screen. And when you share your screen, what that means is it allows you to go to like another Chrome tab. Like if you got another tab, like for example, I have Pickbar, or you can go straight to Pickbar and then present it. And so I'm going to show you. So if I go to the present tab, I'm in the present tab, and it gives you this list here, and it's like choose what to share, and the site will be able to see the contents of your screen.
Okay.
So when you do that, like for example, I've got this right here, I got Pickbar, and when I hit share, it's gonna throw it up into our into the thing. So then we'll
Okay.
see it just like we see it right now, right? So it's
Okay.
there. And I think it's Pickbar's got the thing because I had to. Yeah, come on, man. Instagram being funny.
Imagine that.
Well, whenever you're not logged into the stupid thing, it has to refresh itself. Now it's back. Okay,
Okay.
so then it gives you the option to do this, and then from here you can go in and do whatever you want to do with that screen. Like for example, if we want to do this, I'm gonna do something else real quick. So say we want to go to I don't know. Let's try this. Open this one.
Now, do you run yours through a laptop or a
Yes, I
desktop?
do. Yes,
Okay,
a laptop.
so I have an iPad, an iPhone, and an outside camera.
You could run it through the iPad, most
Okay.
likely. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking
You
the
could.
iPad was going to be the main hub. I'd use the phone for like for my camera, my view,
Right.
and then the other camera.
But you
Um,
really would have to use it for no, hold on a second. This thing is
okay.
stupid. Hasbro sucks. Um their website's horrible, man. They said they
Yes.
redid it, but it's just as shitty as it was before.
Yeah.
Um, in my opinion.
No, I kept trying to pick up what was it, the Hydro Man Daredevil 2-pack the other day,
Yeah.
and it kept saying add your number, so I add my number, and they're like, nope, add a valid number. I'm like, what the hell do you
I
mean add
know.
a valid
It's
number?
horrible. It's horrible. But yeah, you should be able to you would want to run everything through the actual your iPad.
Okay.
Okay, so for example, I'm gonna stop sharing this one, and I'm gonna try and see if I can share, because this is kind of cool. It gives you like say you guys, and we haven't done this in a long time because we've been lazy, but
The
and
lazy boy's lazy? No.
I say me being lazy predominantly. But like, say for example, you want to go to you guys are doing your live stream and you want to go
Yep.
to the page. That's what's awesome about this thing is because you can go in here and you can go, if you're talking about new releases or whatever, you can jump in
Yeah.
here like this and be like, look at here's a new release, man. We can check this new release out and bring it in the screen and talk about that while you're doing your live. So that's the cool stuff that like that obviously is difficult to do on Instagram or whatever, but you can
Yeah.
do stuff like this. Oh, sorry about that, Enders. Yeah, we're on tonight. We'll be on in just a little bit, in about an hour and a half. Um, and so that's what's cool about this present screen is then you can go in here, go to other websites, pull up videos. We want to go to YouTube, we could go over there, do whatever. We can do
Okay.
all types of stuff and just share it on this screen. Now, I told you there was like the 5 little buttons on. Technically, there's 6, but the 6th one's just to leave the studio, and I'm not going to select that one. But next to the present one, you've also got the invite button, and that when you hit that button, that gives you the URL, like the
Okay.
one I sent to you to join me. That's
Right.
how you get that is from that invite thing, which makes it
Okay.
so much easier than Instagram. Inviting, because that link you send it out to whoever you want to have it, and they can they use it throughout however you want them to use it. Now when they
Right.
get that link and they come in, they go into the green room behind the scenes, and that green room keeps them off the stream until you add them to the stream. And then, so for example, before we started, we were
Yeah.
both in the green thing, so I had to hit add us to the thing before we even popped up, which is
Okay.
kind of neat because it gives you more control over like when you want your guests to show up, when you don't want them to show up, or if they or even if they're leaving but they're having a problem, like they can't get their thing, then you can go ahead and help remove them if you need to, if on their end they're having issues and they're like, man, I can't, why am I still on the stream? I said bye. And you're like, oh, no worries, I got you. And then
Okay.
you just so that's what's cool about the functionality there.
Now, in the green room, because I
Mhm.
like to have a conversation outside the live beforehand, just kind of talk about stuff 10 minutes ahead of time. Can can you guys? Is there an option for everybody to go into the green room and talk?
Yeah, you
And
can
then
do that. Is you just don't like, okay, and so every time you do a stream,
yeah.
you come into the actual the studio, right? So
Right.
when you start from scratch, you're out of the studio and you're in your dashboard where you're making the actual live stream and whatnot, and you're right there. So before
Okay.
you come in, you add yourself to the studio, and then you come into the studio, right?
Okay.
And then once you're there, what's up, KJ? Once you're there, you guys can talk and do all kinds of stuff behind the scenes. The only time it goes live is when you hit the button at the top right on the dashboard that tells you go live.
Okay.
Then you go live. So yeah, before prior, you can have as many conversations as you want, do all this stuff behind the scenes. It's not do you actually go live, do you actually go live? So that's what's neat about it.
Okay.
That, you can have, and when you do the paid version, I think you can have like 10 people, behind the scenes doing all kinds of shit, and until you guys are ready to go on. And then what's nice about it, you can add each person one at a time. Like maybe if you're in the green room and you've got 10 of you guys, and you only want to start with the first 3 people, you just add the first 3 people, and then they just kick back and wait until you add them in, and then you add them in.
Now, the promo that you run, is that through StreamYard as well?
Yes, it's through StreamYard. So yeah, I'm getting us there. So the next thing is when you're on this main dashboard thing, like for example, when you see on the right hand side, you're going to see 4 other buttons, right? And those buttons are comments. Then that comment, when you click on that, when you highlight that comment, it opens that up in your dashboard so you can see the people talking. I can see them here. You can see them if you're like,
if I hit the chat button.
Yeah, if you hit the chat button, or if I do like this, if I hit show, if I hit show, his comment pops up, and then I can hit hide, and his comment goes away. So that's the first button on the top right hand. The second button is the banners button. The banners is where you see the banners. Like for example, I'll run this. I can hit show on this banner, and that banner will start running.
Okay.
So if you guys want a banner running during the whole show, like you're like Fox News or CNN, you can have it running down like that, running down on the bottom like that.
So I'll just have the subliminal message by Savage Crucible underneath running.
Or just like, hey, go to savagecrucibles.com, blah blah, check out their new shit. You can write whatever you want to write in here. You edit it because there's an edit button in there, and you just write however. I don't know what the limit is. I don't know if it's 500 words, but you can write however big a banner.
Yeah, I don't need to write anything that big.
But and then you just hit hide when you're ready for it to go.
Okay.
The third button down is the brand, and that gets to the question you asked earlier about how you play the promos. So on the brand button, when you hit the brand button, it opens up another thing in your dashboard, and you have a color thing, brand color. You can choose that. You have a theme button where you can be like bubble. You can do classic. It changes the theme. You see how it does minimal. I'll show you while you're watching. Okay, so bubble is classic. So you see our little things underneath us, says Thor and Raven. Then you can hit classic. It'll change to that look.
Okay.
Hit minimal, and it'll just go blacked out.
Right.
Or you can go completely blacked out, and then it's just like that. So that you can also take off display names, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can put display names back, and and that's where you get that stuff. So that's the theme button in there. Then the next thing you got is the logo button. So if you're watching the logo on the top corner, you see it says Lazy Boy.
Yeah.
You can change that to anything. Change it to Pick Bar, change it to Rowdy Boys, to Ron Torrent. You can change it to whatever you want to change it to. And all you do with the logo is you drop in a photo. You have a library that you can add photos to, just like on your phone. You add photos to it, and all you have to do is follow the cropping thing, resolution of what they require. Like they have a certain resolution that you gotta.
I got a little thing that crops all my stuff.
Right, and then there you go. So then the next thing down is an overlay. So you can have an overlay if you want. We haven't used the overlay in a long time, but it'll pop up now. I'll show it to you. See, now we got the overlay. It popped up in Lazy Boy Sunday. If you want that, only time you can add another over. Sometimes overlay end up covering your guest or whatever if you have a lot of people. But so like for example, if I stop sharing. If I stop sharing, the overlay is kind of prominent. Now, if we had a couple more people in here, it would change.
All the boxes would be there. And
And how you change that is right underneath your presentation window. there's a series of little buttons that determine how many people and what their orientation is on the screen. So right now I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm using the 6 orientation button. I can change it to this button, and it makes me prominent.
And you're right. And that's how you like bring up your guest. Hey, talk about this, and you make them bigger.
Right. Well, yes and no. That's how you like. That's how I make me prominent. I'll show you how you make your guest prominent. So then you can change it to this one. You can change it to back to there. You can change it to crop where we're like that. You can change it to solo for just me. If you want to put you on, then you go to where your guest is in the little buttons down here, and it has a little, you see, it has a thing, the same thing that solos me. It's got one in the left-hand corner of your box when I'm looking at you. So I can hit that button and then bow, it brings you up. I'm also in there. I can edit your name. I can edit your mic settings. And if I wanted to kick you from the studio or whatever, it gives you a lot of different controls. Yeah. But when I'm done with you being soloed, I just hit that solo button again and it brings us back to normal.
Okay.
So that's how it works. That's how it does that.
So this looks a lot more difficult than it really is.
It isn't, man. You once you start playing around with it, you're gonna have a blast, and it's just gonna be running. And that was the overlay button. So if you can hide the overlay, and then the overlay's gone or whatever. Then you got video clips. So the video clips is how we put in our intros, how we put in all those things, and you load the video clips. The caveat is they got to be MP4s. So whatever you get that's a video clip, you got to convert it to MP4.
Yeah, my Canva does automatic formatting for it.
Awesome.
So there's a YouTube, like build YouTube video in Canva.
Okay, cool.
So
and if it doesn't, there's like a dozen convert to MP4 free things. You just go in and drop your video in there and it'll convert it. But that's where you get the video clip. So if you want to do a video clip, you'll just put it in here and it's in there, and then however you want to play it, like you can play it, like I'll play this one and just play it and play it. I click it off and it's gone. So it automatically, so you don't have to worry about, like, if you want to play a clip and you just want everybody to listen, as soon as you hit that, it mutes all of us, even you.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about, like, damn, I'm gonna play this video clip, but I gotta make sure I make everybody mute. No, it automatically does as soon as you hit the video clip.
Okay.
The next tab down is the background tab, and that changes your background. So right now we got Ryan's background up, Tuscan Trader up, but you can change it. You can load those backgrounds just like you load a photo, right? So I can change it to this one. And then that's my background if I want that. I can change it to our OG pick bar one, and then loads that one up. You can change it to the OG Lazy Boys, So you can change it to whatever one you want to have that background be however you want.
And then StreamYard stores all that?
Yeah, you keep
I don't have to go into my photos.
It keeps it. Yeah, you keep it just like it. It has the thing there, just like it's an album. It has albums. Albums for your video clips, albums for your background, albums for your logos, all that stuff is albums. Is saved.
So like, say I got a show in, like, Me and Green show in 2 weeks, right? So I can go on there now, like sign up for it, whatever, get everything set up, go in there now and start loading up like the clips I want to show.
Yes.
Okay. And start building the show up, and then I don't have to deal with, hey, hold on, let me go look for this.
Right, absolutely, Ray.
Okay.
And so you can also go in and you can all like when Blitz gets us a list of the guests, what I go in is I make a schedule, and I go in and I already set those shows up in StreamYard. They're already there. Okay. So there's like a list. Like I remember last year, I had like we probably had like 15 shows just listed down. Like you have to scroll down because they're already planned and they're already there. So you can plan all shows and have them just ready to go. And what
All in
it
separate
does,
folders.
well, no, they're all just like how do you say it? They're all like their own selected little like
They're on like a little
slides.
tab.
Yeah, they're all on their own selected little tabs.
Okay.
And when you select them, YouTube knows to connect them, so it sends out the notification to YouTube. So so you'll see like the preview pop up, and then you can hit notify me when the show is starting or whatever. That's why you see that, is because it sends it out to YouTube immediately when you make it.
Okay.
And it just stores it there until you're ready for people to start seeing. They start seeing it. They start seeing the promo and go, "Oh shit!"
Those are the ones. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you can go. Let me hit the notification button so that it reminds me when the show's getting ready to start.
Those are the ones that you have up there that says upcoming.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's
okay.
right. That's right. So yeah, you can do that. Then one of the last tabs on here is background music. So you can go in and do background music, and like for example, if you want this to play.
Now, where do you get the background music at?
There's some already built in. It's royalty free, but you can also add your own music if you want to too. Just remember, you got to be careful with YouTube because you don't want to get a copyright strike. But
no, I'll probably just use all the standard.
They've got a
stuff.
ton. Like they've got pretty much every genre.
Okay.
So they got every genre. Like whatever you want. They got. I always forget about it. We never really use it, but it's there if we want to use it.
But it's like the CapCut feature.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, those are all the different tabs that you have when you go into the brand. So like I said, there's comments on the right. There's comments, banners, brands. Then the last one is a private chat, and the private chat's just the one for people letting you know, hey man, I'm in the green room, or hey, I can't log in, or whatever. It's just a private chat that you get. And
that just goes to the host.
To the host, yeah. And then you deal with whatever things you got to deal with. So yeah, it's pretty cut and dry, man. You really you can really you can have fun with it, man. You really can have fun with it.
Yeah, because I was talking with Green the other day
when
we were talking about the show, and I was thinking, because I've got a notepad somewhere, but it's got like 20 pages already filled up with like different ideas for shows.
Yes.
And I've already built one for me and Green. The Ravenseyes, or the Ravens Across the Sand, that one's already runs the way it does. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
No worries.
Are you allowed to play on the iPad?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
Is it charged? Probably not. Sorry, kid. Is that one charged? Well, you charged it a long time ago, but the battery goes away. Yeah, you got 70%. Go. Oh, sorry.
No worries.
But yeah, so the Ravens Cross Sand, that runs the way it runs. That one's probably going to be the easiest. Me and Green, we talked, and that one's going to be pretty easy. But I was wanting to get the ins and outs to see if I could preload.
Yes.
Like AliExpress.
Yes.
Like the pages for those where.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Okay.
You can put like Raven. You can put all of those will go into your Those are going to your present tab. Okay. So they'll just be ready when you click present. You'll have that list of like all the websites that you want to jump to and show stuff for. And the only thing that you can't really control is they update their website, right? So you might you'll save the master link to the website, but their page is always obviously going to be refreshing as.
But I can always take screenshots too, right?
You can do screenshots too, and then you can put that into
just put it up as a photo.
Exactly. Okay. You can put that into your that would go into remember I told you about the brand that can just go with your logos or whatever. Like if you want to, or you throw that in with the logos, and it's just basically logos can be logos, or they can be any photo you want to show or stuff like that.
Yeah, because I want to build like pictures of here's the original, here's the the KO one,
Right.
and this is what we found to be the differences.
Awesome.
Because like he pulled out his Sentinel Spider-Man Noir,
Mm-hmm.
and I pulled out my knockoff one. Man, they're dead on alike.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
They're getting so good now. They're getting like almost like, I would say that it's weird because I say there's some out there that honestly are virtually like identical, except for maybe the manufacturer packaging, like where they, you know what I mean? Like, because like, for example, some things get released, right? Some of them may some figures may come out of China, some may come out of Korea, whatever, some may come out of Vietnam, wherever they're coming from, right? And honestly, they're sometimes the only thing that makes them supposedly the authentic one is that they got the little full stamp from that particular warehouse that they came from.
Yeah, or there was some other marker or marking on the packaging down in like a corner or something.
Yeah,
that shows
Yep.
What's legit, what's not. Now I heard this. I was like scrolling because I was like deep dive investigating into knockoffs and whatever, and I found an article that was stating that these big SH Figure Arts and whatever, they have all these figures that are like defective. They have like defective figures.
Yeah.
Well, they take those defective figures, they send them to these little stores on AliExpress because they're not going to send them out. They're not going to try to sell a defective one for like the hundreds of dollars they try to. So they send them to these little off-market stores, and they're still making $10, $15, $20, whatever.
Wow.
That store is. So you're still getting that same product.
That makes sense. That makes so much sense.
But they're getting rid of being under a licensing fee and saying, "Oh, this is a knockoff." Yeah. It's not really a knockoff. It's just something that had a defect with it.
And sometimes the defects are so undistinguishable, so minor that you can't even. Wow.
Like the Spider Noir. The only defect I found with the one I've got was like one of the toe peg, the toe articulation pegs. Yeah. That was sticking out a little bit, and I pushed it back in, and
done. Wow. Oh, that makes so much sense, man.
But now I will say there's been some others that I've gotten that you can totally tell,
Yeah, because of the plastic, the feel of the plastic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like, so I've been noticing Sentinels, Mafex, like from the ones I've seen, like people show and stuff, and then the ones I've gotten in the past, those ones seem to follow along with that whole, okay, these are defective, let's send to this little store. But they're still like the legit ones made with all the rest.
Actually, wow.
It's just they had like a paint scrub or a paint rub or something something really, something really tiny.
Yes.
But they can't justify charging $120 for it, so they'll turn around and sell it for $12.
That makes perfect sense, man. Wow, that makes sense.
The Amazing Yamaguchis, though. No, those ones are like, those are bad knockoffs. Those ones are the cheaper plastics.
Okay.
The head sculpts are off, whatever.
Gotcha. All right.
But those are the only ones I've seen like people have issues with. And the Revel Tech. Some of the Revel Tech ones.
Yeah.
And
that
that's just because their shoulder, the way their shoulder.
Yeah, well, you're right. And when you're talking about Revel Techs, like the engineering is way more involved on them. So I could see a knockoff actually being a knockoff, because it's like their engineering is so like overly complex that it's almost impossible to make a defect.
Man,
it's like you either get it right. Well, and I feel I will say one of my favorite figures of this year so far, the Catwoman. She's pretty amazing. Like, but
Yeah.
I think they're getting better. They've learned how to get better because they have to compete. Like SH Figure Arts, Figma, these guys, Sentinel people, they're coming with some of the best stuff. So
Yeah.
they no longer can just get by like, oh, we're just gonna release this like this. They got. I mean, in fact, you know, I got the Darksiders. I got him ordered.
Oh, Death.
Yeah, Def. I got Def ordered. I'm trying to remember where I ordered him from.
Was that 5K?
Yeah, it's 5K. What was I gonna say? Well, I got him ordered. And he has similar. He's similar to Revotech in some of his design, but again, it just shows you that it's not. That Revotech, it's not easy to duplicate that engineering because I've always felt they're kind of almost over engineered. So so that's probably why if you get a knockoff, that is a knockoff. But when it comes to like a SHF or Sentinel or something, they're not really super over engineered. So it makes sense that they go, oh man, we messed up. There's a little bit too much plastic on the elbow of that one. Let's just give it to AliExpress. That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense that it's like
and like I said, most of the time it's been like paint rubs, or
like
or their pins. Their pins are showing.
Yep.
But I mean, if those two problems are the biggest problems I'm going to get from them, I'll go spend the $10 for that same figure that's costing $120.
You're winning.
You know?
You're winning no matter what. If that you're won. Like you can't go wrong with that. You know, you cannot go wrong with that.
Like there's some stores, and this just lends to me kind of believing that article I read. I gotta find it again. I read it like 3 or 4 months ago. It was like Joy Toy, right? All the Warhammer stuff.
Yeah.
Joy Toy has an actual store through AliExpress.
Really?
And they sell their figures discounted on there.
What?
You know, from between $10 to $20, depending on the figure and depending on the name of the figure.
I wondered about. Okay, wow, because
those are legit Joy Toys.
Holy shit! Now I'm gonna get. Man, I've seen those on there because every once in a while I peruse AliExpress just see what the fuck they got going, and I've seen those and I got scared. I was like, I'm not gonna buy a Joy Toy off Ali. I just got scared.
Yeah, no, I've gotten about 3 or 4 Joy Toys off AliExpress.
Wow.
They got here quicker than BBTS, quicker than Amazon. Not quite quicker than Amazon. Amazon, that 2-day delivery, you can't beat that. But the bigger stores, BBTS, Joy Toy store itself.
Holy crap.
And all that, they got here quicker than both of those. Like one I got was on BBTS pre-order for like ever.
Yeah.
Well, I backed out, canceled that order, found it on AliExpress, and it's already. Like 2 weeks later, it was here.
I see, man.
And it was cheaper.
Yes. I thought. And see, I got scared because I thought there was part of me that was like, I'm telling you, I know exactly what I've seen it, and I was like, this looks like the actual Joy, but I was like, it can't be on AliExpress, is it? Now you've confirmed it for me. Wow.
But when you look at AliExpress, you've got to make sure that you see the little yellow choice bubble there.
Okay.
Because that then gives you the, if it comes in busted, broken, or whatever, you got 30 days to return it, full money back.
Because it's actually their stuff. Right.
Right. And it gives you, if it gets here, if it takes longer than 30 days to get here, they give you like a coupon to get money off your next purchase. And those coupons stack.
Oh,
so it's like they give you $1. If it's late, they'll give you $1.
Damn.
So if shit keeps coming late, past that 30 days, you can build up $20 or $30. But they make sure that shit doesn't go past 30 days.
Wow.
But I think another reason that they can get away with doing it cheaper like that much cheaper, is because it's direct source right there.
Yes, it would be. That's
So
perfect, man.
You're not catching that BBTS,
No, because you're not doing that
import
overhead
fee.
for exactly. Man, this
So-
is you like wow. That I appreciate. No, I've seen them.
Let me help enable.
Dude, no, you did, because I was like, that can't be real, but it feels like it. Why does it look like it's actually their store? It is their store.
It is their
that's
store.
crazy.
Yeah. And
that's
when
awesome.
they come in, like sometimes they'll come, banged up, but they've gotten pretty good. They wrap it in it's like a bubble box.
Right.
So you have your cardboard.
Right.
You have its box. It's in a cardboard box that's inside this bubble box.
Mm.
But that's mainly for their more common, smaller figures. When you try to get those big ass ones, that's when they kind of, they don't have like a bubble box big enough or whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
But the bigger the package, going overseas and importing stuff, those bigger packages are going to get beat up. So if you're an inbox collector, stay away from the bigger ones.
Okay.
Through AliExpress. But if you just want the regular ones, they come in fine. And then when you pop them out of the cardboard box, they've got the Joy Toy film, the shrink wrap around it.
Wow.
And if it was a knockoff, I'm pretty sure they're not going to try to
they're not going to
copy the Joy Toy shrink wrap.
Exactly. Thank you.
So
they wouldn't do it. That's cool.
Good, but if they are, hey, kudos to them, man.
Well, if they're doing it, then they got some kind of, they got a good shop running. Man, this is that's why I'm excited for you guys. This is gonna be a badass show, man. You guys are gonna be breaking down some good shit, man.
I've been trying to find as much information as I can.
This is gonna be cool.
Green Geek knows, he knows a lot about AliExpress and buying off there. And
yes, he does, man. He's been telling me, man. This is gonna be this is gonna be a cool show. I like this. This is
because we were talking, and he said he had a problem with his legit SH Figure Arts Parker, Toby Maguire, I believe. Like his leg came all loosey goosey.
Yeah.
They have a knockoff one, supposed knockoff one on there for like $12.
Wow.
I told him, why don't you just try to get that one? Bring it over here and take the bottom half of your original off, kick it to the curb, and put the other one on.
Yes, yeah.
Because all the joints I've seen on the ones I've gotten, they ain't loosey goosey at all.
Right.
I mean, I've had to throw heat on them to get them
to
kind of loosen
because
up.
They're so tight. Yeah, that's good. Man, man, this is gonna be a good show.
But and then again, you're paying, the most I've seen for like one of these figures, and it's for like a bigger figure that has a ton of stuff in it, like the Agent Venom.
Okay.
It was like $22.
Oh, this still
compared to what Agent Venom goes for, like 120.
Yes, sir.
Like the real one.
Yeah.
So and then he had like rubbed paint. That was it.
Which is not. It's not. I mean, come on, man. You that's so funny.
I can fix it in post, or I can just repaint it myself.
Right. Or you're talking about stuff that can sometimes happen to a figure that you did buy for full. I mean, if you accidentally drop it, or I mean, that's just it's that can happen. So come on, man, for that price, that's a win. I mean, you're not out of nothing.
Saving like $90 to $100.
Yes,
for the same damn figure. Come on.
And if you think about it, I've always thought about it this way too. With the knockoff thing, because like I've built a pretty substantial stormtrooper army, and I'd probably say maybe 30% of them are knockoffs, and there's really not much. It's really not. It's almost indistinguishable the difference between them and the real. Like, it's crazy. And the way I look at it, it's like I'm getting something that I'm gonna utilize. So I don't really. It's not. I could see, like, for example, it's if you want the Mezco Batman or something that just came out,
Right.
then get the Mezco Batman. But if it's a figure that you think is really cool, but you're like, I don't have to have the straight from press factory version of it, then get the knockoff.
Oh yeah.
And be happy. You're
because
good.
when you use it too much, and this always happens, you're using it, and you get that break, you're breaking a $10 figure, not a $110 figure.
Thank you. No, that's the way I looked at. That's exactly the way I look at it, man.
I mean,
It's
I'd be upset either way with it.
right.
But I mean, I understand. I wouldn't be too upset. I'd be like bummed about it. But
Yes.
I'd be pissed off if it was 110.
Thank you.
Opposed to breaking a $10 figure. It's
Yeah.
like $10. Oh, I got my use out of it. I used them
Yep.
for the past year in photos, and I've done so
There
many
you go.
poses with him. You know, he
Nah,
earned his $10.
Let me tell you, man, since there's been a lot of exploration that I'm so excited and happy that's happened for in the toy community, man, because like I remember, years back, it was just just stringent to like, I'm just collecting Hasbro Marvel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was almost elitist in a weird way, even though those figures weren't that expensive at that point. Like, I mean, they jumped up over the past few years, but it was like, but now it's like, dude,
they've kind of got ridiculous with their prices. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, it's like, be flexible in your collecting. That's the most important thing. Be flexible. Be able to like go after the stuff that you're looking for. Don't ever count anything out, and don't ever overlook anything, because you never know. It's like, it's so funny, man. I remember speaking of, I got it because in fact, if I remember correctly, and Green could probably tell you this, I think I was one who told him, I was like, dude, I just grabbed this knockoff Juggernaut off of AliExpress. And that was like several years back. And
he showed me one he got from AliExpress.
Yeah, and he was like, what? And I said, dude, I got him for $10. $12, I think I got the Juggernaut for. And he was like, what? So I think he was like, man, and I think that's what set him on to going down the rabbit hole and being like, let me see what the fuck is it. Well, dude, that Juggernaut, he's the only Juggernaut I use in my shots. I don't even give a shit about the original ones, because he blows them away, and he's a knockoff.
Beast, man.
He blows those dudes away. He blows the original ones away. He makes the original ones look stupid.
Yeah,
and he's a knockoff.
Well,
so
it's like all the stuff that 5K puts out. You know?
Yeah,
we start discussing, kind of like the ethics behind it.
Okay, right.
But I can understand, intellectual properties and stuff like that. Got it. But I mean, I think 5K does it smart. They take, like, for example, the Turtles.
Yes.
They took the Turtles. It's the Turtles.
Yep.
But they make them into something that's cooler than just a regular turtle. Yes. And then they add so much stuff to them.
Yes.
And then they make it kind of their own figure, where you look at it and say, oh, well, those got to be the Turtles.
Yep.
But I mean, you've got a Musket Man, you've got the original Samurai, you've got this the Michelangelo that's coming out.
Yep. I can't wait
with the crossbows and stuff like. Oh man! And then the Bebop. The Bebop that they're coming out with.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think you really consider them so much knockoffs anymore.
No, I wouldn't.
Third party.
I agree. They
become, third party stuff. That
the way the way I look at it, if you can make the quintessential version of that figure, or if you can make an alternate version of that figure that's awesome.
Yeah,
I can't call that a knockoff. I can't call that a whatever. I'm gonna call that a badass figure, because that's what it is. It's what it is.
When me and Green were talking about, it's like customizers. They take these IPs, and then they change them around, like
they do.
The Mythic Legions.
Yeah.
In the Mythic Legions, they have taken Kaldor or
they sure did the
Knights.
Yep.
And turn them into Boba Fett, Stormtroopers.
They sure did.
Whatever.
Yeah, they should.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, is that a knockoff?
No,
Because, I mean,
I wouldn't.
technically they're doing the same thing.
They are. Like, no, it's nowadays, like I said, I'm just excited that there's been this
Yeah.
exploration, because you just don't, you having that viewpoint of, oh, that's a knockoff, or that's a this or that.
Yeah.
You potentially overlooking something really cool. You're
Yeah.
potentially overlooking something really awesome, actually. Like you may not want to have that opinion, because you might be potentially overlooking something really cool. Like, for example, I'm gonna I haven't pulled the plug on them, but I'm getting ready to it's from World of Warcraft, Iliad, the the demon. Like,
Yep.
dude, he's on. I think he's on a couple. He's on 5K. He's on, that thing is amazing, bro.
Bombashi. Boom.
Maybe it is on Bombashi, but
Boombashi.
I'm getting ready to get him.
Usually, if it's on Boombashi, it's on
Then it's on
5K
5K.
and vice versa.
I'm getting ready to get that, dude.
No,
because-
I'm sorry. Hold on. I
Okay.
am not buying something for your dang app. Okay, you've got a birthday coming up. Ask for gift cards. I don't care if it's $2 or $20. No, get a job.
No, and that, again, like you said, that's not really, it's not Iliad, but it is him. Come on, man. It's like,
you can definitely see it.
It's so, man, again, I love the exploration, man. And that's why I think what you guys' show is going to be amazing, because that, like, I think it's going to open a lot of people up to stuff that they're missing out on, that they're not like don't
and
overlook.
Save everybody so much money.
Yes.
So much damn money.
Yes.
I mean, I get the people that want, oh, well, no, this, again, goes back to the whole elitist thing. Well, this
like purist or whatever. I'm a purist.
This is Yamaguchi. This is Reveltech.
Dude.
Okay, that's great. You spent $100-something on a figure that I spent $10 on, and guess what? Mine works better than yours.
Exactly.
So where are you at now? Hey, that name is great, but I mean,
and because mine was $10, it can be a pocket fig, so I can take it wherever I want to take it.
Yeah, if I lose pieces, oh shit, I'll just go back online, order another one. Look, I've got extra pieces. So
that's so true. I love it, man. That's so true.
I don't know. I guess it's the cheap side on me. I don't want to. No, I've seen Savage Crucible up on AliExpress now too.
Oh, do they up on there too? See, but that's smart.
But they're the legit Savage Crucible. They're not knockoff ones, because they still come.
That's still smart. They're still putting themselves in the market to be able. Because the thing is it's not about being cheap. It's about being smart. Yeah, that's really what it's about. It's about, like, because what you're able to, it goes back to what I've said, and the other fellas said on the Lazy Boys, Pick Bar or whatever. Is like, we've reached a level in our figure collecting that we buy smart.
Yeah.
I don't buy everything that's out. I buy smart. I buy the stuff that I know I'm gonna enjoy. I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna have a pocket fig. I'm gonna, like, always be fiddling with. That's what I do. And that tends to make you start being more conscientious when you're spending. Actually, it actually starts making you go, okay, what do I really want to spend money on?
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to. And that's the way you're, man, we're actually doing the heavy lifting for newbies coming into the game, because they're able to be like, wait a minute, I don't gotta buy this. I don't have to buy that thing off. Nah, man, you can just go straight to AliExpress and get that figure right there.
Well, see, I met up with Mud Scuffer Designs today at that toy photography thing I did today.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple other people that came in that, they have no clue what the hell toy photography is.
Yeah.
And there was a dio maker, or no, not a dio, customizer in there.
Okay.
And he was like, man, I've got no idea how to take pictures of my stuff. I build these great things, but when I'm kind of nervous. So me and, Mud Scuffer, we kind of said, it's easy, man. So I had all my gear there.
Yes.
And I guess he does all of his stuff on the phone.
Oh, okay.
And then I do all my stuff with the camera.
Right.
And they're like, well, I'd like a camera, but they're expensive. I was like, My whole setup, my whole Nikon setup, the lenses, the camera itself, everything was 400.
Yeah.
For like 5 lenses and a camera body,
Yeah, you
like a
don't have to,
professional camera body.
Yeah, basically the same amount of buying your new phone, if not cheaper.
Cheaper than a damn phone.
Right, exactly. So you don't have to. It's like it's funny because I was talking to Terrell Comics, Jeff, and he was saying man, that's why they do up north. He does. I told him the other day because what I forget what we were talking about, but and then one of the collab groups we're in, and he was like, I was like, dude, I told them in there because they're like, well, how do you get encouraged? And I said, well, I get encouraged all the time, but it's like getting encouraged by buddies like Terrell. I said, this dude, and I don't think the people in the collab knew that he did this or whatever. I said, this dude has started. He teaches like he teaches people up. They meet at a comic shop and a bunch of them, and they go out and go on shoots and they teach, and he always tells the people that go and meet up with him, dude, all you don't need any. You could have a phone, you could have an old camera, you can have you have a flashlight,
damn Polaroid.
And you're off and running. That's all. It's your magic. It's getting out there and doing it. And he says so many people get encouraged by that and they get out there because they're like like you said, that like the guy you met today, he's like they don't know the first, but it's easy, man. It's not that difficult to do what we're doing. It's just all about like having fun with it. That's really what it is. If you can have fun with it.
That's the biggest thing I pushed today. Is there was like a bunch of people there that were talking about it, and we were both saying, just have a good time with it, have fun with it, and enjoy being a kid again, playing with your toys.
There, you said it, man. There it is, right there. Because it is like being a kid again.
And because you get to leave that stress of being an adult in the real world for a little bit.
Oh man, it's awesome.
And you get to kind of decompress a little bit.
It's awesome.
You act like a kid, and then when you get done, you can go back refreshed, saying,
"It's awesome, man.
Let me adult again."
Yep.
So
it works that way, man. So that's why it's so. Like I said, man, I'm glad you did that today because that's what it's about, man. When you put that vibe out, that energy out there, man, people they get excited, man.
They were like they were flocking in there and like, oh, and then they started helping the store out because they're like picking up these figures saying, what can I do with this? What can I do with that? And like, well, do whatever you want.
Right.
I tell them, I mix these guys and these guys all the time.
Yes, man. Oh man.
Yeah, it was good. And then the store owner wants to do it like once a month. He wants to pick
awesome.
the third Sunday every month. So
that's badass.
We'll see where it goes.
Do it, man. That's gonna be fun because dude, it just keeps the community going. It keeps the community positive. It just lets people know that like we're all in this to have fun. We're all in this to just have fun, meet up with other like-minded people having fun. And just do what we do, man. And that's why, man, that's why I said, dude, you guys, you might not know it, but when you and Green do that show, it's going to be badass because there's people out there that like are discouraged. They may look at, man, I ain't got enough money to do that, or I don't have.
We kept hearing that all day today. We kept hearing that all day.
Oh shit, yeah, dude.
And then I brought some of the knockoffs. I've gotten. I was like, well,
that's awesome.
How much do you think this cost? Oh, man, that had to be like $80-90. Like, man, it's 15. Here, let me pull it up real quick. Here you go.
That's awesome.
But again, they all went back. Well, there's YouTubers saying AliExpress is ripoffs and AliExpress is this. I go, well, here's AliExpress in front of you, right here.
Yeah, but those YouTubers, they're bought and paid for, so of course they're gonna, they're not gonna. They don't.
I mean, if Savage Crucible wants to buy and pay for me, have at it. But I'm not gonna sugarcoat stuff that I think
exactly.
is
Exactly. That's
it's kind of why I'm heading away from Mythic Legions.
Gotcha.
There's a lot of stuff that they've put out, and it's nothing against them. I'm getting more deeper into Savage Crucible. Savage Crucible is more affordable. Than those mythics.
It's a whole. Here's the thing. It's. Mythics do what they do. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
They do what they do.
Yeah.
But it's all about evolving. And
Mhm.
they Mythic Legions, here's the thing. They have to start getting with the game. And I say that
Yes.
because there are several key factors that if they do not start evolving, it's going to be like Sears and Roebuck up against Walmart, bro.
Yep.
Because they have to figure out that, look, man, we got to start changing. Like, it shouldn't have took them that long to get to Valiant Knight articulation.
Yeah.
Why did it take that long to get to that?
That's
There's
20
no way
years. 20 years in the making, you know?
Shouldn't have took them that long to get there.
No.
You know.
Now I'm excited going forward. Their knights are going to be the same articulation.
Yes,
Skeletons
but
and the
it
knights are
shouldn't
going
have
to
took
be
them that long to get there. That's
No.
stubborn. What that
Yeah.
means is that means that they're stubborn about stuff.
Yep.
And when you're stubborn about stuff, along comes people like Savage Crucible and they blow you out the water. They
Yeah.
leave you
And
in
then
the dust. They
now
leave
you
you in
got
the dust.
now you got Brutal Realms coming out.
They leave you in the dust.
Yeah.
Leave you in the dust. So you have to and that's what I'm saying. They're going to have to figure out, have some serious discussions amongst themselves. How are we going to move forward? Because they're running out of their bag of tricks. And if
And they're
they
losing people.
That's what I'm saying. If they do not figure this shit out soon, they're going to be Sears and Roebuck. You're gonna be like, oh man,
Well, there was, not to go off like subject or anything, but there's been a lot of frustration with them when they shut down all their like all the sites they had open for customizers.
Oh, they
For
did. I
outside
didn't know
customizers,
that.
like the Legion shop, they shut that down.
Oh yeah, I guess it did shut because Ravenseyes said about that because that's how I got Unknown One. You're right, and I got them right before they closed. You're right.
Yep, Legion shop is shut down, and that's what that was their main hub for all their customizers.
Wow.
So, who was it? It's the bear guy from Puerto Rico. Oh, what the hell is his name? Fuck, I can't remember his name right now. But he was a big, huge, made customs like armors, heads, everything, and it was top notch work.
Yes.
Well, when they shut down Legion's Con, they kind of shut down his access to all these customers.
Man, crazy.
And he was like, I quit. I'm done. I'm out.
Oh, wow, man. That sucks.
And it's kind of, I haven't been so forward to ask Strupp Family Crafts because they were doing soft goods for Mythics.
Wow.
Like way before,
before they even thought about, right.
So I got, when I was talking to him, he's been running with them since 2020.
Wow.
And he would do third-party stuff, and his soft goods are on point. His wife and his daughter like kick ass at those.
That's awesome.
But again, once they shut down that third-party,
closed off their conduit. Yeah. Closed off their conduit.
And another thing is Savage Crucible when he started making gear for their figures.
Yeah.
They actually picked him and his wife up and said, "Hey, make us a couple designs for these upcoming figures. Just give us the prototypes, and we'll take them, ship them over to our manufacturer in China, and have them replicate it. But we're going to give you credit for it."
Oh, that's awesome.
A lot of the soft goods that are coming with the Wave 2 come from Strupp Family Crafts.
Oh, that's awesome.
But they're not the ones forced to make them all. They're like, hey, here's the prototypes for this. Here you go. So
that is the way you
bought the design.
Look,
and here you go.
But it's exactly what I'm talking about, Raven. That's how you Walmart versus Sears and Roebuck. That's how you do it. You have to evolve. And I'm telling you, man, there's these key factors. If Mythics doesn't evolve, man, they're dinosauring it. Not on purpose, but it's because you can't, like Savage Crucible came in, they just slam dunked on those guys.
Yeah.
They grand slammed them. I don't think anyone's prepared for quality figures with
apparently half those guys used to work for them.
Is
Like in the
that
early
right?
days, half those guys used to work for them in the early days.
There
With
you
like
go,
the
man.
Thropolis
There you
and all
go.
their ones that they did
There you
before
go.
they started Mythics.
There you go.
And then their Mafic, the MAFC.
Wow. That's
What is
how
it?
you
My
do it.
Action Figure Customizers or something like
Mhm.
that.
Wow.
They're starting to open up a store now, which they say, here you go.
Wow.
If you've got customs, come through us.
Man, this is
So
the Four Horsemen got to get it together. They're gonna be out. They're gonna have to, because they can't continue to have pricing at that level and they're not evolving. It's not gonna fly. People got, because it's one thing when you didn't have the options. When you got the options, you're gonna take your options. Like that's just a simple fact. That's a fact of the matter. If you got the options, you're gonna take the options.
Well, it's like this whole AliExpress thing. You know, these guys are up in their game.
Yes.
And now all these other companies, these main companies, still selling, at these huge prices.
Yep.
Oh, whoops, wrong one.
Not realizing that people
and
have options.
They're working themselves out of the game.
They sure are. That's
pretty much.
I told you, man. It's the classic story of Sears and Roebuck, man. They would still be here now if they evolved.
Yeah,
but they didn't do it, and so they're gone. This is how commerce works, man. You got to you have to learn from your mistakes. You have to innovate. You have to take risks. You have to do a lot of stuff to keep yourself relevant. And we'll see, man. We'll see.
But
we will definitely see, man. That's for sure.
I mean, there's still some things from Mythics I'm not going to give up. Their Figure Obscura.
Yeah, me too.
I like everyone they come out with that. There's skeletons.
Yeah, I'm still gonna get
and
stuff.
Cats.
Right. I'll still get stuff, but the fact of the matter is that it's not as much priority when I have options. I've got options. I don't have to get. I'm not forced. Oh, I gotta get that because that's the only place I'm gonna get that type of thing from. Nope. No, sir. It's you have to have options.
You've got Savage Crucible talking. They've got in the plans. They've got like 12 waves planned. 12 waves already. And they've only released one with the two in the pre-order. And they're coming out, with dwarves. They're coming out. They're fish people. They've come out. They're lizards, barbarians.
And everybody who actually seems to be innovative out the jump, they're going to get better.
Yeah.
That's the
they've got dragon people in the works too.
They're getting better. They're going to get better. By the time you get to the 6th wave, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's the way this works.
It's going to be.
That's
when it's going to be. Oh shit! These mythics, but these savages over here, they're giving me what I've been asking these guys for forever.
Yep. It's like Eddie and his toys, because his brother's working on the Spin Master stuff, right? And so they're getting their feet wet. I ordered the Kratos and stuff like that, so they're getting their feet wet. But they have an option, as he told us, they have an option to purchase licensing for DC. If they do that and they make DC figures in scale with the Marvel Legends, the scale with Mezco and Mafex,
instead of making them Toddy McFarlane giants,
man, Todd's gonna have a problem. He's gonna have some serious issues if Spin Masters comes out. That shit'll sell like hotcakes.
Yeah, because Spin Masters got the reputation and the name and the money.
It'll sell like hotcakes. And if they can put out like a Batman that's in scale, that's like only $29 or something, and he comes with swappable hands, swappable head, whatever. Man, Todd's gonna have to go back to the drawing board. I'm serious.
Gonna have to up his game, man.
Dude, it's Sears and Roebuck. If you don't figure out how to adapt your stuff, you go the way of the dinosaur. You can't keep up.
No.
You gotta be. You would think that people. You would think that like Four Horsemen. Like I know I met those dudes, and they're pretty cool guys. But you would think they would have one person amongst them that would be the guy that has their ear to the street, their pulse to the street, and they're looking at what other people are doing and going, hey man, have we thought about maybe you know, instead of going, no, next year we're gonna still release the same type of stuff like that. We're gonna do it like this again next year. It's like you're not paying attention to any of these guys out here.
You got anybody in the chat right now?
You know, I don't know. I haven't looked.
Okay. Because I'm about to say something. I don't want to piss nobody off.
Oh no! I think it's just us right now. Yeah.
Okay, but I think with Mythic Legions, just being in their chat and listening to them, I think Walter, you know, is a pretty smart guy. Right?
Okay,
and I'm pretty sure he's throwing ideas out, but he's their street rep. You know, he's their street guy. You know, you're the face of the company out at the conventions and stuff like that.
Right.
But I think they've gotten to a point where they've reached this hierarchy cult status.
Oh man,
that it's like, no, whatever you say, yeah, okay, whatever.
They're not.
This is the way our company.
Our
companies run, and I
Sears
hate
and
to
Roebuck.
say that, but I hate
Sears
to
and
say
Roebuck.
that, yeah. And then same with Jeremy.
Yeah.
You know, a few times I met him, cool guy, awesome guy, love talking with him.
You're
you
right.
know?
Same here.
But he's a salesman.
Yeah.
And you can see it when you talk to him. He's a salesman.
Right.
You can,
You're right.
And it's that cult thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, mythic.
Damn, man. Damn.
So
that's sad. It's actually sad to
they've reached their pinnacle, and now they're about to kind of eclipse and start on their downward spiral with all these other companies coming out with that competition.
Diggs speaks. I didn't even know he was there. He's actually in the chat.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, I heard. I'm telling.
Oh my God, Diggs, don't do that.
Diggs, don't do it. Oh man.
Which,
no, by the way,
that's nothing I haven't said before on a live either.
But Raven, it's the actual.
I just didn't call out names.
But it's the truth, though. It's the truth. These guys, if they do not make the adjustment, they are going to be like Sears and Roebuck, all day long, gone. Because you have to pay attention to what people are saying, what the fans are saying, what the people that are purchasing your items are. What are they talking about? What are your competitors doing? What's going on? If you're not paying attention to those things, you get lost in the sauce, man. And that's
it's like any company. Any company always has a market research team.
There you go. Exactly.
Says, hey, let's buy our competition and see what they're doing.
Yes.
Right. And what compared to us, what we're doing, again, too old school.
Yes.
And I get it that they develop these pop and swap figures, and they're amazing, and I love them.
Right. Same here.
But they screwed up when they released that Valiant Knight.
Yes.
And only the Valiant Knight.
I'm right there with you. Because they
give you that one teaser figure saying this is what we could be. These are what our figures.
Yeah, this is what we could be.
But we choose to go back to this old, the new Bassett set.
Hey man,
that was this old figure design.
Look. I buy them, and I just bought one today because I bought Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, Warboat, or whatever. I buy them, but I know the Hasbro Marvel team, they're high on their own supply. They got to get over themselves and figure out that you can.
And those guys have to be losing so much money.
Oh, they are. They
have to be bleeding money because
they are.
You put all these peg warmers out there.
They are.
Walmart and Target says, well, we can't sell these. Send them over to Ollie's.
Yep, they're doing.
Ollie sells them for a fraction of what they want to sell them for
because they're refusing to read the writing on the wall. Yeah, and it's like, man, people have options nowadays. I don't have to buy the Spider-Man that you put out. I don't have to buy the Iron Man you put out. I don't have to buy. I can go. Until they figure that out and go, hey man, we got to start really paying attention. Like you said, market research. then you're gonna hit that eclipse, and then you're gonna go down
They're going
right
to falter.
You're gonna
Yeah.
fall. That's what's gonna happen. No, because someone. Oh man, I said it, man. That's why I say even Jaded Toys makes Hasbro look like idiots.
Yeah, because their toys are cheaper.
Yes,
They have better movement.
yes,
They hold together better, and they
Yes.
come with so many accessories
yes.
for a cheaper price than what you print this figure out that says, "Hey, I've got extra hands."
Yeah, and it's like one of my favorite YouTube reviewers says, Anthony Customs. The licensing argument that they make, that's so bogus. It's as bogus as it gets, because how does a Marvel Select have a licensing same as Marvel as Hasbro does, and they can release fully painted figures, fully painted, I mean, I'm talking about intricate sculpting and everything, but your license is costing. Come on, you're lying to us.
Yeah,
That's a
bullshit excuse.
You're being lazy.
And that's where your third-party marketers come in. They can put out hard.
Yes.
I don't need licensing. Look, I've got this Ninja Tortoise.
Yep.
Oh, it's not Ninja Turtle. It's a tortoise.
It's a tortoise.
So I'm going to sell it maybe $5 more than what you're selling this guy for, but I'm giving you $60 worth of extra stuff
to
go with it.
That's how they do it. That's how you do it.
I'm not paying for that licensing.
Exactly.
I don't have to worry about that. I can spend that extra money on giving you a toy that you can play with forever because it's that sturdy.
That's the way they
with
do
all
it.
These extras.
Yeah. So whether it's third party, whether it's other companies coming in, these guys that think they've got the game locked in, they better wake up and smell the coffee, because there's a lot of different stuff happening. There's different stuff happening. It just is. But I don't know. It's we have so many choices, man. It's awesome. It's really awesome.
He doesn't know anything about Pokemon Go. Let's see. Confirm you're not a robot. All right. Did you do this? The whole Capacha thing?
Yeah, but it's still saying try. That's how you do it?
Yeah, that's how you do it. There. You're good to go. You just proved you're not a robot. I don't know your password for that. Give me a few minutes, buddy. All right. I only got about 5. I've got 5 more minutes, and I'll take a look at this. Okay. But yeah, I know you got to go for the. I'm
getting ready to send the fellas the link, but no, man, it's. I'm excited. Like I said, I think your guys' show is gonna open a lot of eyes. Gonna hit a lot of ears. People are gonna know they have options. They're gonna know that they can be very economical. They can get their money's worth. They can do stuff. They don't have to. They're not backed into a corner. Because none of us have to be. And this is what's awesome about it. So that's why it's like I keep telling people, this is the golden age, man. Because you do not have to buy only one thing. There's no monopolies right now.
You're not pigeonholed into one brand.
Exactly, and that's perfect. So, but the fact of the matter is those big brands, they don't take light of this. They won't be big brands very long.
Yeah. I just don't want. I just don't want, like, Sentinel sending out a group of ninjas to hunt me down.
They're not gonna. The thing is that these companies, they know where they're making.
Like I said, if that article is right, that's their screw ups that they're selling off anyway. So they're still making money.
I believe that. I do believe it's that, because they know that they have to figure out somehow to keep themselves in good light.
Yeah. And recoup their money.
Exactly.
Instead of having to just melt the plastic down and start over.
There you go. You said it.
It's more cost effective to sell something for $10 that you made for $5 in the first place.
This is true. This is true. Well, brother, I'm gonna go get these guys ready, get everything ready, and I'm excited to see you jump over the stream. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it, man. It's so functional. there's a lot you can do with it. There's a lot you can do with it.
Settle down. Oh man,
That should be the
animated
intro
cartoon.
to your show.
Yeah, right there. He certainly wants to do that.
Yeah, let him be the intro to your show. But you're gonna it's so much more functional than Instagram, man. Instagram, your hands are tied. You're gonna always have one hand tied behind your back and fighting it and this and that and the time limits and all. It's just the functionality.
The time limit. We'll go into that later.
Yeah,
but go ahead. I appreciate everything you did for me tonight.
Absolutely, man.
Talking
Absolutely.
to me and give me all these hints and tips. And the
if you get it, once you get in, like if you want to, if you're like, man, how did we do that again? Like, just shoot me a thing and then I'll jump in with you, and then you know you can run through it and just start pushing buttons and seeing how things are going. So I'll be around. Just let me know. Whatever you want. I'm around. So,
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Brother. Oh, no worries, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Have a good show tonight.
All right, man. Thanks, brother. Take care.